Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to replace a carburetor on any snowblower having a Tecumseh engine. This is a very easy process and you'll be able to do it yourself and save yourself some money. You may have seen my previous video on this where we did clean this carburetor out and get this machine running again where it hadn't been for a year or so. So I've had a chance to use it a little bit, put some hours on it. If you have it under a really heavy load, it doesn't seem to run right. So I think that there's still a little clog or something in the old carburetor. But I had a company, Hipa 360. They sent me a new carburetor for this thing, so I'm going to show you how to install a new carburetor on your snowblower. So this Tecumseh engine is called a Snow King. These are used on a lot of snowblowers, so it doesn't matter really what brand you have. These are used on all kinds of units, from MTD, Yardman, Craftsman, you name it. I mean, it could be any brand, Troy-Bilt, Boland's, whatever. They pretty much all have used the Tecumseh Snow King engine, so this applies to any of them. First thing you're going to do is take off your choke knob. I use a little screwdriver just to pry it off gently, just like that. You're going to leave your throttle alone there. There's nothing we need to do, but if you have a key here, you're going to take the key out. And then some of the next things are, we're going to remove the fasteners that hold this shield on around the carburetor. Now a lot of these, there also be a fastener over here. On this particular one, it doesn't have it for some reason, so this is all we need to do to take this off of here. I'm just going to gently slide it. And then you're going to find that there's a wire here for the kill switch, which is part of the throttle. You're just going to pull on that and pull the terminal off of there. Then this whole thing comes off. Alright, so here we are now with a good view of the carburetor, which is right here. Essentially, we're going to take off the hoses. So this is the primer hose. There's also a fuel line hose, which is on the back side. And then we're going to remove a nut on this side as well as the other side. And that's what's going to allow us to take the carburetor off of the manifold and pull it out of here. Now I'm going to show you guys really quick. There are some parts on here we're going to need to save and attach to the new carburetor. One is this bracket here, which is held on with these two machine screws. This is what holds the shield on around here, which is meant to keep the carburetor from icing up. The other thing is there's a bracket here that holds the choke lever mechanism. There's two fasteners on either side of it here, little machine screws. That's going to come off as well, and we're going to reattach those two brackets to the new carburetor. We don't have to worry about that now though. We're just going to worry about getting this off of here and we can switch those things later. So I'm just going to use a screwdriver to kind of pry that hose off of the primer. Right there. And then right here. You could put a wrench on there, which is obviously kind of the smart thing, but I take a flathead screwdriver and I just put it in there, wedge it in place, and use my screwdriver, or in this case a little impact driver, to take out the screw. Now I can't reach that screw with the impact driver on the back side, so I'm going to take a regular screwdriver, put that in there. And I do need to use my flathead again to just kind of hold that nut in place. I know you can't really see it, but that other screw and nut is just opposite of the first one we took off. Not a whole lot of room back there. But as you can see, like I'm doing, it's pretty simple to get it out. Now the carburetor is detached from the machine. We are going to disconnect the fuel hose, which there's a fuel clamp back here. You're going to need some pliers to squeeze the clamp on the fuel hose so it can be released. The governor linkage right here, we're going to take it out. Just pay attention to what hole that it's in. That way you can put this back in the same hole on the new one. Takes a little finagling around. There we go. This hose still isn't released, so I'm just going to pull on the carburetor because I was having some issues there. That'll let me pull a little bit more out here. And then I'm going to attempt getting this thing off again. It's really weird. This hose is really on the end here. It's like it's become one with the carburetor. I'm just going to chop the hose. Worst case scenario, we'll replace it. Alright, there we go. Here is the old carburetor. So long. Okay, so here is the new kit given to me by Hipa. This is a new rubber hose for the primer bulb. So this would go basically from the primer bulb down here and attach to the carburetor. Here's the new carburetor itself. You'll see it looks very similar to the old one, if not the same. They gave us a new fuel shutoff valve, an inline fuel filter, a new primer bulb, and a new gasket to go between the carburetor and the intake manifold. And in here there's a small clamp that would be used to fasten the primer line onto the carburetor. Now I mentioned there's some things on the old carb we need to move over, so let's remove those. Ooh, that's stripped out, that's fantastic. Go ahead and put this on the new one. Couldn't find a screwdriver that would work, so I'm going to try some vice grips. See if I can get a grip on it. Just turn it enough to get it started. Hopefully you don't run into this problem. I work on a lot of these and it's rare that I have this issue. There we go. Just broke it free. Now unfortunately for me, I don't have another one of these screws, so even though this one's stripped out, I'm going to have to reuse it when we put it on the new carburetor. Looked like someone might have put some thread lock in there, which maybe that's why it was so hard to get it out. Okay, so when you go to put this old piece on the new carburetor, you're going to take this end that's sticking up here, put it through right here, and then you can attach it. It is a soft metal. It's wanting to kind of strip out, so I'm just going to put on my regular Phillips here, screw that in all the way. Now this other one being stripped out, it's probably not going to go in so easy. It's going in, but... So because the kit came with it, we're going to change this primer bulb. I'm just going to take a flathead screwdriver and kind of poke it through there. We'll pull this old one out. You see it comes out with the hose. So we're going to take the new one here, put the hose on there, just like the old one was. Push it on all the way. Then we're going to feed that hose back through to the carburetor. There we go, and we'll pop this new primer bulb into place. Should snap in there. There we go. Now if you recall, this also did come with a hose clamp for the primer line. I'm just going to go ahead and stick that on there so when we do attach it to the carb, we've got that ready to clamp. So before we physically attach the carburetor back to the intake manifold, we want to go ahead and reconnect that fuel hose. Push that on from the back side. Reset your clamp into the right spot by the carburetor. We're going to reconnect the rod for the governor linkage. Now if you've already forgot what hole it came out of, just look at your old carburetor, you can tell which one's wore out. Now there's not a lot of room to work here, so you just kind of gotta make do with what you got. Okay, that's on there. Looking good. Now you're gonna take your intake manifold gasket, put it in there between the carburetor and the intake manifold. Okay, so as you're putting that machine screw through there, you want to go ahead and kind of put this nut into place and have it ready there for when that machine screw starts coming through the hole. Okay, that's at least started on there, so I'm going to go ahead and start the other side. Wish I could get you better camera angle for this particular part, but there's just not a lot of room. You'll know where it is because you'll be able to see it, but not a lot of room for your fingers. Okay, so once again, I'm going to put my flathead screwdriver in there to hold the nut on the back side. That way I can tighten it up and do this one. That's good. You do want to get that tight so that there's not an air leak between the carburetor and the intake manifold. Now we just need to put on this primer line right here. I'm going to move up that clamp. There we go. Now at this point I think we're ready for a test start. So if you recall, this is really easy. You're just gonna, so first you're gonna reconnect that wire. That goes to the throttle, and that's basically the kill switch. It grounds out the ignition when you put the throttle down all the way. Then we're gonna maneuver this shield around the choke rod. Get it in place there. I'm gonna first put through the screws that attach to the carburetor. Now that we got all that together, we're going to start it again and actually go test it out outside. Big thanks to Hipa 360 for sending me the carburetor. If you guys are interested in getting one of those, it fits on any Tecumseh engine like this, and I'll put a link down below in the description so you can go check it out on their website. I hope you found this as easy as I did. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.